There's this kind of exhaustion nobody really talks about. Not the kind that sleep fixes, not the kind where you just need a weekend off. It's when your brain starts feeling like it's slipping. Not broken, not gone, just slower, heavier. You can't think clearly anymore. You forget things mid-sentence. Your confidence is quiet, but your self-doubt, loud as hell. And if you try to explain it, people don't get it. Because on the outside, you look fine. You're working, you're replying to texts, you're laughing in group chats. But inside, you're crumbling in this really slow, private way. And the wildest part is, you're not even sure when it started. It wasn't one big breakdown. It was just a bunch of little choices you didn't even know you were making. You avoided one hard conversation. You let that one fear make the decision for you. You stayed quiet when you should have spoken up. And then you did it again. And again. And every time you did, your brain learned, oh, this is who we are now. We avoid things. We hide. We play small. Cool. See, you didn't realize it, but you've been training your mind. Every single day, you've trained it to overthink instead of act. You've trained it to seek comfort instead of truth. You've trained it to panic under pressure because pressure became foreign. And now here you are, not lazy, not broken, just mentally underdeveloped. Not because you failed, but because the world trained you to avoid the very things that make a mind strong. You know what strength actually looks like? It's not someone who's fearless, it's someone who feels the fear and walks in anyway. It's not someone who dominates the room. It's someone who's silent, but you feel their presence. Not because they're loud, but because they're centered. That kind of strength, it's built in silence when no one's watching, when it's easier to scroll than to feel, when it's easier to lie than to speak up. And here's what people don't get. Your mind doesn't suddenly snap one day. It gets soft, slowly, from years of dodging the reps that could have made you stronger. We get taught how to work, how to hustle, how to push ourselves, but we never get taught how to build a mind that holds all that together. No one teaches us how to think clearly when emotions hit, how to hold our ground in an argument without losing ourselves, how to be alone and still feel okay, how to not lose it when life gets loud. So you start thinking, this is just who I am. But that's not who you are. That's just who your untrained mind has become. Here's the truth. You don't need a morning routine. You don't need a productivity system. You don't need to buy another damn planner. You need one uncomfortable action per day. That's it. You need to do something that makes you flinch. Something that makes your brain go, wait, we're doing that? Yes, that, because every time you do, you teach your mind, we don't run anymore. You teach it to stand in the fire. You teach it to breathe in discomfort and still think clearly. And slowly, without even realizing it, your brain gets sharper. Your emotions get quieter. Your decisions get faster. And your presence gets louder, not in volume, but in weight. People around you start noticing it too. You don't react like you used to. You're not triggered by nonsense anymore. You're not chasing approval. You're not explaining yourself constantly. You just exist differently. Grounded, stable, unshaken. That's what a trained mind looks like. And the best part? Anyone can build it. Not overnight, not perfectly, but one rep at a time. Start with that conversation you've been avoiding. Say no without guilt. Ask for what you need. Walk into something you'd normally run from. Do it messy. Do it scared. But do it. Because you don't get stronger by thinking about it. You get stronger by doing the hard thing while your voice shakes. That's how you rewire your identity. Not with a plan, but with action. Repeated, reluctantly, until it becomes who you are. You'll still have bad days, you'll still get triggered, but your bounce back? Faster, stronger, smarter. And one day, you'll hit a situation that would have wrecked you a year ago, and you'll barely blink. That's the moment it clicks. You didn't just heal, you trained. And the best part? That version of you've been chasing, the one who's calm under pressure, the one who isn't scared to speak, the one who walks in rooms without shrinking, they're not far away. They're on the other side of that next rep, so don't wait to feel ready. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're supposed to feel real. And then move anyway. Because every day your mind is either getting stronger or weaker. There is no pause button, only progress or decay. So pick a rep today and start building a mind that you can finally trust again.